I see that.
But to get to see it in such like an up close and personal way, to have this experience, this way of experiencing it in your body that I think so few people get to have, felt really alluring. But then I did the math on how many miles he ran. I was playing it safe. I was super comfortable, and I hated that. And especially like this woman who had inspired me to get into the sport and had really like helped me chase that relationship with running where you're not playing in there, because I also had a very old dog that I didn't know. I had driven into Vermont with him, and then we turned around to back to Oregon. It was a very much accelerated this trip across the country, and I think we were in Idaho like a day and a half after leaving Vermont or something. Basically, I just driven straight through nights, and I was in the grocery store parking lot in Idaho, and my brother called me and said, and so I have mixed feelings about the way I think about how much strength you have gotten from going through this stuff, or someone gets through this stuff. So it's like you don't have a choice either. Like you just kind of have to keep going.
You do. I mean, I do think people, I don't want to say, so that's like, it's just, I don't know.
And I don't think that to grieve is being strong.
No, I know. I was just like, I think I wasn't being strong in how I was like thinking about how I was being impacted by my.
And I remember being at like a mile, I don't know, 17 or something, which isn't the same number of miles. Like usually when I run 17 miles, I feel like some miles, and I could see Pilot Rock, you know, in the Cascade area, kind of like, bridge line over. It was really far away. And Pilot Rock was like half of the first day, and I was just like, this is what this is gonna feel like. I'm always gonna feel, or that I'm gonna need to deal with just the immensity of continuing to run into it.
Good to just have to navigate that and just know what it feels like. Nobody ever wants to feel anything or are afraid of feeling too deeply. But man, if you're not and you can, that's I don't know what to tell people who are depressed. And they just said, just buy them some time. Just say you're going to check in with them, like in 5 hours or later that night, and they can, because people get in this trough and it's like they're down there.
It's snowing, and it's just that icy rain that you feel like you can feel it in like the marrow of your bones.
Yeah, I think you can.
And the wind was so fierce that I would sometimes like almost topple me off the ridge line and have to like balance. I felt so many things. You asked me if I talked to my mom. I feel like the last day, as I knew I was going to do it, and the whole run, it felt, my steps felt charged by.
Or two, and I met him yesterday, and I did hear there was a reference about, I think somebody said widow or something. I didn't really know the story about anything. So, yeah, I mean, death. God, I feel bad for him now knowing that.
I don't understand how Jameson has gone through what he's gone through. Like, I feel like the loss of my mother was, like I talked about, I didn't know how I was going to make it through the next breath. And to think about my brother going through that.
So, yeah. Life and death, yeah, it's like, so I think the lesson for this is like, we need to give our best effort every day to live our best life, right?
Yeah, I mean, when I started this run, so my sister-in-law, I think, was a little bit less than a year older than I am, and I'm 39 now, so when I started the run, there's been so much math in this conversation.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this, Cam. I was 35.
People want to find To the Gorge. I know on your Instagram you're Emily Sweats. I didn't really know your last name. I had to like look it up.
You're not the only one.
So I'm like, I know it's not a memoir by Emily Sweats, but yeah.
It's like too late to change that. It's been like, if you were like can bow hunting,
Right.
and you've done that forever, you'd have a hard
you
time.
gotta go with it.
Yeah, you gotta go with it.
So where can people, your book comes out, is it on the 7th?
7th, May 7th.
May 7th? Where can they pre-order?
Anywhere books are sold.
Okay.
Yeah, all the places.